Hello, my name is Paul Rankin, and my goal with starting a YouTube channel starts in the hills of Ithaca. You see, I had just taken a new job, and I was working 8 to 16 hours a day. I mean, it was continual. And what ended up happening was I was cresting a hill at 55 miles an hour, and right in front of me, there was a police officer and a kid wearing a white hoodie with brown hair in a car that was in the middle of my lane. And I saw beyond the car, and there was I'm guessing this guy's buddy there that was in a darkish hoodie, maybe blue, with blackish hair. And I'm taking all this in while moving at 55 miles an hour. I had zero time to react. And I've been trying to piece together how my brain made the decision it did. I've been trying to understand how I got to the point where I full sent it into the other lane instantly. Didn't brake, nothing. Zero braking, full sent it in the other lane. And I'm assuming it's because my brain thought, okay, if I hit this, if I brake, car's going to start skidding. I'm going to go sideways. I'm definitely going to hit the car, pin the other two people, kill them, potentially kill the kid beyond me. Because then we're all going into the ravine together. We're tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. And I was in this moment where I had a choice. I could keep going the direction I was going. I could brake, but my brain must have analyzed that situation and said to itself, there's no outcome that's good from this. And so without even looking, I'm in the left lane. I have no idea if there's another car coming. But I figured that if there is a car coming, it'd be better for me to get in a head-on collision than it would be for me to hit these people, because I'm guaranteeing killing these other people. And I got around him. You know, I literally get, 500 feet away, and there's a cop that crests this hill. And so if maybe I had arrived on that scene 8 seconds faster in time, I would have had a head-on collision with a police officer. And the ramifications of that in my brain, like the destruction of my life, right? The impact of the destruction of my life that this would have caused just like blows my mind. How a couple seconds can change everything. And I felt so numb to the whole situation. Like I didn't feel anything. Like when I'm in those high intense situations, I just make decisions. I don't have any feelings until much later. I have no adrenaline hit, nothing. And in this one, I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it for the months that's just stuck in my brain. Like, how could my brain have analyzed the situation? And the number one idea was head-on collision is better than hitting these people. And that was the optimal route. And so that's what my brain did. And my brain must have thought, oh, it could be slippery out here. If I hit the brakes and slam them, I'm still going sideways. I'm going to skid, all these different things. I'm just curious about how the human mind can make decisions like that. And as I've thought about the ramifications of going through that, it's put me in this position where I realized that most of my life I've been hiding from the world. You see, most of my life I've been living this safe life where I can hide with the wounds of the past and I don't have to share them with the world. And then I started doing some work and trying to understand, okay, what happened to me as a kid? And then I started seeing how all those things that happened to me as a kid really impacted my decision making. And then I started to see the timeline of my life as a bunch of instances of trauma that had drastically affected the outcome of my life. And then I began to understand ways to go after that trauma and go after those memories and to change what they mean. I had to develop that for myself to be able to get free from it. And as I'm pondering death itself over the last few months that it's taken for me to get to the point where I am making this video. In fact, I had already shot this video, I don't know, 6 or 7 times. There was like jazz music in my audio. I don't know what the heck was going on. But I got filters and I got this thing from Shure and it's going to fix the thing or whatever that means. I'm not hearing any more jazz music in my ears, so that's positive while I'm recording with this microphone. But all of those iterations of not getting things done simply comes down to me trying to avoid making the video. I mean, that's clear. But the other thing of it is that I was on a process of becoming the person necessary to sit in this chair and actually do this video. And I didn't realize it at the time, but there's this huge part of me that it was afraid to do this video. And I was reminded of a book I had read many, many years ago called Why Am I Afraid to Tell You Who I Am by Dr. John Powell. And that book really is the essence of why I can get in front of my church and there's 500 people there and who knows how many online, and I can share from my life experience. I can go to events all over the country and all over Canada, and I can share from my experience, and I can be able to be honest and authentic and real and just send it and have zero inhibitions or inaction. And it got me really, really, really thinking about, why can't I do this online? And initially I thought it was because of the ridicule that I was going to get and because of people having opinions about me and this, that, and the other thing. But I think it really came down to this generalized idea of the essence of who I am is all I have. And if I share it with the world and I'm not accepted in any way, shape, or form, then I'm not acceptable. And it took me many months to understand that and then integrate that idea as a falsehood in my timeline of my life so that now I can actually be myself on the internet. And so here's my first attempt at it. This is my first video. And for those that are watching this, I'm really excited that you are. I wanted to encourage you because I think that in this world, encouragement is a lost art. And in some ways, I'm encouraging myself as I'm about to say these couple things that I have to say about this. That every single human being on this planet has a divine purpose and has been given a gift of life. And we all have an opportunity to be ourselves with the world. And there's roughly 8 billion people on the planet. And so because of that, I'm never going to reach 8 billion people. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, I'm one dude, right? You're never going to reach 8 billion people. But there are people that you can reach. And there are people that you can impact. And your story matters. I think about how many times in my life where I've coached people through incredibly difficult times. Like, I get the call at 2:37 in the morning, just found out my wife's been cheating on me for a decade. What do I do with that? Or my kid's an alcoholic, and he's literally crashed his 3rd car in the last 18 months. What do I do with that? Or, I mean, I could go on and on and on. Or my marriage is exploding. It's over. My wife just handed me divorce papers. What do I do with that? And I've been in these scenarios countless times. And as I experience those scenarios and I use the feeble wisdom that I've developed, I've witnessed people have radical change in their lives. You know, in my brain, in our brain, we're always, or at least I always, underestimate the value of what I've learned through suffering. And I really believe that suffering in this life is a misunderstood gift. I think that if we would all suffer a bit more, our lives would be much, 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 much better. And I say all that to say that the idea around this channel, as this being the introductory video, the first one that's going to be on it, is that my goal is to share the lessons I've learned from suffering. I grew up in a crucible of violence. It took me well over a decade to put some semblance of a life together. And I'm proud to say that today I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a man that seeks truth regardless of how detrimental it is to me in the moment, I will always be a truth seeker first and foremost, because I'm truly a believer that the truth will set you free. Whatever that is will set you free. And it certainly has set me free. And so I just want to encourage you to stick around for the journey. If you found this video valuable, super excited if you'd have a comment or something to say. That'd be interesting, because it'd be the first time I'd be ever getting comments on a video. But I have a lot of different points across my timeline I want to touch it. Like initially, I got about, 15, 20 videos that I'm going to put up that go through stories in my life. And the goal is to share the wisdom that I've learned from the story. And hopefully that will be able to impart something in you. I mean, the dream of this whole channel would be if I can save people suffering in their life, if I can condense their suffering so that they can suffer for a short time instead of suffer for a lifetime, I truly would be honored, and it would make everything that I've gone through worth it. You see, I have this theory in life that you can either suffer well for a short time or you can suffer poorly for a lifetime. And you see this in people that are addicted, right? You see this in people that are addicted to alcohol or drugs or any of the plethora of things you could be addicted to. I've even seen people be addicted to vacuum cleaning. Like they had an issue in their life that happened when they were a kid that they weren't clean enough and their parents said something about it, and now they got to clean 10 hours a day. So spending all this time cleaning, it's like the house is clean after like one time of vacuuming, but you got to vacuum it 10 times. I've seen these things in my life. And I think that if we could understand suffering a little better in regards to what it means to us, we can find true freedom. We can find true freedom from anything that is holding us back, whether it be self-limiting beliefs that are not even discovered yet. I have so many times where I sit down and I talk with people and I discover things with them that they have never even looked at as something that has been holding them back in their life. And then we go back and we clean that up. And it's so exciting and exhilarating to me because I've spent so much of my life and my time in my life trying to scrape together some semblance of a life and trying to become a person that I could be proud of. And launching this thing on YouTube is truly a testament to that idea that it's time for me to stop holding on to this wisdom that I've learned, and it's time for me to start giving it away. It's time for me to start serving mankind.